Hey everyone, my name is Sarah Segar. I am from Experiential Learning Depot, and this video is all about some of my favorite summer-specific experiential learning activities, projects, experiences, specifically geared towards teenagers and high school students. So if you're a parent that is about to have a teenager at home for the summer, if you're a homeschool parent, if you're a teacher who is about to dive into a summer school program and you want things to just look a little bit different than they have in the past and you're looking for ideas, then this is a great video for you to watch. We're going to dive into some of the activity or project ideas that I love for summer because they help students build 21st century skills, because they build character, because they're experiential and they're meaningful and important to students and important to your teenagers. So let's take a look.
Okay, the first one is planning a road trip on a budget. This is a hit experiential learning activity every time I do it. It's practical, creative, and totally customizable. Students pick a theme, a route, and budget everything from lodging to food to gas to attractions. Even if it's hypothetical, they're practicing math, research, planning, and problem solving. I've had students do this concept of planning a road trip on a budget to plan our school's summer travel program, including road trips to Colorado, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, the Black Hills, and even Hawaii, which was the road trip was circumnavigating that island. My own young kids have planned our road trips to the Smoky Mountains a couple years ago, to Montana, to the Black Hills. You can even have the students do this hypothetically, where they plan this sort of dream road trip that they don't necessarily actually take. They research, they compare routes, explore and plan potential activities, set a budget, break down expenses, plan the trip around that budget, create a guide, they can create maps, and so much more. The number of skills involved in this one experience is astounding, and it's really fun. Let students explore careers that interest them this summer and build a portfolio along the way. They can interview professionals, shadow someone, or even take on small gigs or internships. It helps them connect school to the real world and make informed decisions about their future. I think it's important to point out that this path isn't set in stone, and this summer experience isn't meant to define a student's entire future. The real purpose is to help students get comfortable with the process of exploring careers, because in the 21st century, career exploration isn't a one-time thing. It's something they'll do throughout their lives. I also like to have my students start and run businesses over the summer. Oftentimes, they develop their business concepts in the spring while they're still in the classroom with me, and then I send them off into summer break and they start those businesses independently. But you can also just broach the idea with your students or with your own teenagers at home, the benefits of developing and starting a business from scratch at home this summer, doing the entire thing over the summer. Whether it's selling art, mowing lawns, maybe tutoring, student entrepreneurs build confidence, decision-making skills, marketing skills, financial literacy, and the skills are endless, really. Even just creating a business plan is a powerful learning experience. They build technical writing skills. They use their creativity in a way that is real and means something to them. I love encouraging students to start businesses specifically over the summer because it's the perfect time, thanks to that extra flexibility. It gives them a real opportunity to earn some money while also building valuable financial skills like saving. These photos show a t-shirt company with homemade logos screen printed onto those t-shirts. That was done by a high school student of mine. And a cookie in a jar business is the photo in the middle, which both my high school students and my own young kids at home have done. I've had students sell their artwork like paintings, sculptures, and photos. A lot of students make products to sell, like these t-shirts and treats shown in these photos. There's so many options, and you name it, one of my students has done it. Another cool learning opportunity over the summer is to have teens choose a cause they care about, learn everything they can about it, and then do something about it. Really do something about it. That could be organizing a supplies drive, starting a campaign, or volunteering. This process builds empathy, leadership, civic engagement, among many other different skills. I have had students organize clothing drives for shelters, collect toys for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, make toys and blankets for our local animal shelter, make cards for veterans, design and plant pollinator gardens, participate in natural disaster cleanup. The list goes on, and the natural disaster cleanup is the photo that you see in the middle bottom of this slide. The other photo is a clothing drive organized by one of my students to donate to a women's shelter. I like to encourage students to start a community or neighborhood club. This could be a book club, hiking club, film club, it's whatever they're into. Starting a club builds executive functioning skills like organization and planning, social confidence, and gives teens something to lead that they're personally passionate about. My favorite part about this is that teens connect with and build relationships with other people with shared interests. My students have started biking clubs, environmental clubs, adventure clubs. My daughter, who is 8, started a skateboard club with her friends and their dads. No one is too young. With summer holidays or family events, summer is the perfect time for students to plan a dinner party on a budget. Basically, I have students plan a full dinner party with a menu, they break down costs, they plan decorations, and everything in between. It's fun, creative, and packed with life skills like budgeting, planning, and communication. And just generally, I've found that the bulk of my students like to cook. The photo on the bottom is of my teenage students prepping for a 10-person party. The top is a menu that my own 7-year-old daughter created for our family. She determined items to be on the menu, created the menu itself using Canva, set the table, made the food, and served the food to our extended family at a family gathering. Encourage students to host fundraisers for a cause that's important to them this summer. The fundraiser should be for or related to a cause or community issue that has personal meaning or is interesting to that teen. Fundraising teaches financial literacy, marketing skills, communication, and purpose-driven action. And it's also a great leadership opportunity and college resume builder. Something important to a lot of my students is traveling. It's not necessarily a cause or a community issue, but equitable travel matters to my students. So one year, I focused an entire summer school session entirely around fundraising for school travel opportunities the following year. The top photo is us participating in our local theme park's fundraising program. Basically, we worked and they gave us money toward our fundraising goals. The bottom photo is a take and bake pie fundraiser that one of my students started doing probably 10 years ago, and this tradition still lives on. It's still one of our biggest fundraisers. As a project-based educator, I encourage my students to take on PBLs of interest over the summer. So teens design and execute projects around their interests like photography, robotics, history, storytelling. They choose the topic or direction, explore, and create an impactful final product for an authentic audience. That's what makes PBL what it is. For example, one of my students who loves to cook created a cookbook featuring authentic recipes from around the world. She gathered these recipes by talking to neighbors, community members, local chefs, and others, and she prepared some of the dishes and shared samples with friends and neighbors to bring people together and introduce them to new flavors and cultures. There's purpose and there's impact in this passion-type project. I also like to have teens create a project around a skill that they want to learn, like sewing, coding, video editing, or gardening. They research, practice, and create a tutorial to show what they learned. I've had students learn creative skills like learning how to make stained glass, and I've had students learn executive functioning skills like learning how to use and format a spreadsheet. The sky is the limit, as long as it's something that is interest-based. Finally, teens are asking, sometimes without saying it out loud, for tools to manage stress, to regulate their emotions, to boost motivation and create balance in their lives. Have them create their own personal wellness plan with evidence-based strategies, goals, and daily tools. This is one of the most powerful life skills they can walk away with and carry with them into the school year once it starts up again in the fall. The way I have my students do it is to identify personal mental health challenges such as stress, research evidence-based strategies, develop a plan specific to their mental health needs, and use that plan over the summer. They also create artifacts like this vision board here in this photo as a tool to follow through with those plans. So whether you're teaching summer school or parenting a bored teenager, these activities can help them stay engaged and inspired this summer and walk into fall more confident, prepared, and self-aware. If you want to try any of these ideas with your students or teens, I've put together some resources that can help guide the process. They're designed so teens can work independently this summer but still feel supported. You can find the bundle or just pick and choose what fits. And if you have any questions or want to brainstorm with me, just drop a comment or reach out anytime. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if you found it helpful. You can share it with other teachers, with other parents. You can even share it with your teens at home to see what they're interested in, to see if any of these speak to them or spark interest. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video.